picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
That is good. Here's T. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Launches it. Rebound by the Celtics.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Good on the shot. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
Now here's Smart. 14 feet away. Here's Zeller. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses were close games.
He's off on the first.
To back up your point about the Celtics being in close games, I mean, their point differential on the year was less than where you would expect it to be for a team that made the playoffs. I mean, it really gives you an idea of how many close games they played.
And he sinks the second.
Well, you can see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. Adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively. It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here's Bradley from the arc. Misses that one. His first miss of the night. 2 for 3. T for 3. Rebound Boston. And that was something the Celtics needed, adding Thomas, a player that could come in and provide Clark instant offense for them off the bench.
And, Kevin, I think that was a turning point for them last year. I mean, they saw that they had a chance to make a big leap forward after the trade and responded accordingly.
For Boston, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And that one falls for Smart. You look back last year, and the Hawks were incredible at home last season. Not a bad way to help unveil that beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And adding that statue up, Neek, was the cherry on top. Very classy move from that organization.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Good.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
And, you know, for the Hawks last season, they ended with a 35-6 record at home, and that was the best in the East and the second best in the NBA.
Zeller setting the pick for Bradley. In the corner, Smart with it. 4 on the shot clock. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Hawks trail by 8. Korver passes to Teague. And that one is hammered home.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim record.
And for the Hawks, it was a good year to get the city. No, take that. It was a great year to get the city talking about basketball again. And Atlanta hasn't always rallied behind this team, but boy, did they show up more than usual last season.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
You know, not many saw it coming last season with the Hawks. I mean, they just ran away with the Eastern Conference. It was the first time they took the East since 1994.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. So Boston going with almost an entire new group. Jared Sullinger's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Turner comes in for Johnson. Rozier, he's checked in for Avery Bradley. And Thomas subbed in for Marcus Smart. Boston again missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And here's Cephalosha for three. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
From deep, Thomas. Thomas with another miss. The Hawks trailer. Splitter with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Hardaway kicks to Cephalosha. They get the rebound. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And it's blocked. Now it's Thomas running. He can go all the way. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Lost to Crowder. Here's Rozier. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Celtics lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta.
Okay, Atlanta, let's keep it going.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot blockers, and it does intimidate them.
And Atlanta has possession, trailing by 2. On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Amir Johnson is out there with Zeller, and it's Thomas in the guard position. Now here's Millsap, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Celtics ball.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit for that.
And the Hawks making a change here. Korver's checked in. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Not enough on that one as it misses. Here's Bazemore. Turner covering. Horford dishes to Korver. Here's Bazemore. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. And part of the reason why the Celtics are ahead of schedule in the rebuild is because of Coach Brad Stevens. He has everyone on the same page.
You know what? You talk around the league about Coach Stevens, and other coaches are just astounded by his work. People around the league think he's already a top coach. He could be one of the greats by the time he's done if he stays at the professional level.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
A nice shot by Teague.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from the end.
To the right side. Zeller pass to Bradley. It's stolen by Korver. Millsap gets it to Bazemore. Outside Korver. Unloads. And the jumper is good. And the Hawks lead by 2.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
A nice shot by Teague.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
Now a timeout called by Boston. It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Atlanta. Marcus Smart's checked in for the Celtics. And Boston has possession. It's a 5-point game.
And, you know, for the Celtics, the actual playoff series didn't go well. They got swept by the Cavaliers, but most people will remember the injuries from the series more than the play, and the Celtics have a bright future, no doubt.
Here's Turner, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Splitters checked in for Atlanta. Cephalosha comes in for Kent Bazemore. The Celtics also changing it up. Sellinger's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Crowder comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Rozier in for Isaiah Thomas.
Well, listen, it was a forgettable series for Celtics fans. However, the Celtics' young core were able to experience postseason basketball. That's something that you can really never replicate. I'm sure they'll be hungry for more of it, and credit Brad Stevens on a terrific job.
Here's Humphries after the made shot from Evan Turner. Humphries. Crowder pulls it in. It's stolen by Korver. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Scotty's checked in for Humphries. Hardaway comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Heinrich in for Jeff Teague. And a fast break now for the Celtics. So they take the lead. And it's 6 points for Evan Turner. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Boston.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Here's Cephalosha, and he jams it with authority.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Here's Heinrich, following the bucket by the Celtics. Splitter sets a screen. Offensive rebound. Another shot. And Heinrich gets it to go. And the Hawks lead by 1. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me. And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Celtics out in front.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Boy, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Without question, Jeff Teague displaying his skills today.
And he just went off in those first two quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint. As they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Bazemore at the small forward. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, you know, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never-give-up attitude.
Both free throws good from Korver. And for the Celtics, 28 of their 40 wins on the season came against the East. Not impressive, but it got the job done in a conference which could be had at times, obviously.
That's true, but what should be noted, Kevin, about the Celtics against the East is just how well they played against the Eastern Conference playoff team.
Right.
I mean, against the East top 8, they shot a lot better and executed a lot better as well. So you can see them stepping up the game against the competition. And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Now Smart. He's got 8. Down low. Johnson dishes to Smart. Nice ball movement by Boston. 5 on the clock. From deep. Shot misses. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Korver passes to Bazemore. To the paint. Here's Horford. Another shot. And it's finished off by Korver as he lays it in. Korver's got 4 points this quarter.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.